Hey guys! So we're coming to the end of our, videos and all of that, and I just wanted to talk about working with community members. So the reason I want to talk about this is actually due to the drop-in center and something that I witnessed, which was us rely on somebody else to help us keep our environment safe. When I was doing activity night Thursday, it was just me and one staff, and we were doing a paint pouring class, and we were teaching the kids and getting the paint ready and about to really dive into this activity when we had two clients with us. And during this experience, we had a couple show up who was fighting, and things got elevated to the point where one of the members of the relationship ended up grabbing a bat out of the car, bashed the car in a few times, and proceeded to come in and threaten and make various verbal assaultive comments, tapping it against the window, a lot of intimidation, very, very unsafe environment. The couple got into each other's face, and they were not responding to staff prompts, and the whole entire environment became very unsafe, to the point where we decided that we needed to call 911. So at this point, we're on the phone with dispatch, and they can hear the crisis in the background occurring. And I, at this point, had gotten the other clients out of the kitchen area and into a secure location. So I isolated them together and managed the environment to the best of our ability. For where we are a hands-off facility, we can't help in crisis management, which was very difficult for me because I come from a full-time job where we do behavioral management and we do hands-on, and it was hard for me to stand back and take on a different role in a crisis situation. So, the first step was managing the environment, and the next step would have been getting more help from the above individuals. So the police ended up showing up, and they requested that the individual put the bat down, and the person refused. And at this point, they're standing about 2 feet in front of me, and I had a chair between us to ensure my own safety. And the police officers had to taser the client. And after the client was tased and subdued and whisked into the car, we had time to process the situation and realize that for what we had, we did a really good job, but without community resources, we wouldn't have been as safe. And I think it's really important for all of us to remember that we all have our roles in the community. You may be with the sexual assault, intervention people, you might be police, you might be social work, you might be case management, you might be the firefighters, you might be the EMTs, but all of these people utilize each other when their role isn't the dominant role of the situation. And in this situation, these clients weren't there to be helped in the sense of case management or, facilitation of an activity. They needed help in a different way. And our job in that moment went from case management to crisis management. And when you change roles, sometimes it's out of your zone of proximity, which means you need to access some help. And in this situation, the police were our best decision, and they were able to gain some control and make the environment safe again. And it ended up being okay. And me and Jesse, the other staff there, we talked about what we could have done differently and what we possibly would have done if things escalated further. And at the end of the day, if we are not safe and the clients aren't safe, nobody's safe. And, if I would have had something happen where, this issue was turned on me and I needed to be kept safe, then I might have handled things a little differently from that point of view. But I think it's really important for us to have relationships with these community resources and have these people come into our environment, so it's not abnormal to see a police officer, a firefighter, or someone from the sexual assault agency, because all of those roles are needed, and we need those people to target different areas when we're not the prominent choice. So I think, after this experience, that was a huge learning curve for me. it made me realize that it's not just us in this world, it's us and all these other community members and resources that, you know, really feed off each other. Someone could walk into the police station saying, I'm homeless and I'm hungry, what do I do? And they would then call us for help. And I think it's really important for us to, A, keep an ongoing relationship with these community workers, but B, also remember where our job begins and ends, and so we don't either burn ourselves out or get ourselves into a very unsafe situation. All right. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the video. Well, I guess my question would be, has anyone been in a situation where they had to utilize a different community resource outside of themselves? I'd love to hear the feedback. Thanks, guys.